Hello and welcome to WhatMap for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how are you doing? Well, I had a busy weekend. I finally, after months and months of planning, got out my water physics tutorial, so that is out there on YouTube right now, and it's well worth a watch if you have trouble with your water. Mrs. Water. The other thing is, and I shouldn't really have to say this, but we had a minor controversy last week, and all I've got to say is if you're ever going to update somebody else's map or asset, please link to the original asset in your description. That'll avoid any mumbles and grumbles. Hopefully it's all in the past now. Everybody should hopefully be happy. Hopefully. Right, now also tonight 6 o'clock Skylines Talk is back and we've got fresh popcorn. Yes, the Fresh Prince himself. And I'll tell you what, he's got a lot to talk about regarding last year's controversies where he disappeared and left a few people in the lurch. But he's back and he's talking candidly. Tonight, 6 o'clock UK time, Skylines Talk on this channel. Right, map review time. Now this map has got a great name. I love the name. It's Ornar Abborre or Ornar Abborre. I'm going to go stick with the English, which is English. Eagle's Perch by Nuelio, which is also a cool name. We did Nuelio back in the past, back in episode 9 of WhatMap. Glorious resources, I love these by the way. And got the blue ribbons, but that was under the old rules. Under the new rules, well, who knows. Off to the Steam Workshop, and what do we need on the workshop? Well, scroll down. Northern Tip theme, we're using the winter colour correction by Manifold. Network extensions 2 is required, and a few bushes and trees and rocks, but not too much. It's not a massively intensive map. Right, now that we're down to street level, I've still got lots to say. I'm hardly getting a chance to get a breath in here. First of all, the roads look a little bit hastily plopped down there with the elevated highway for about 3 metres and then slight glitchiness going down the middle where it could have been just tidied up a little bit. But also, if you noticed, we've got street lamps running down the middle and a left-hand drive. Now, we don't see many maps with left-hand drive, and there's a pretty good reason for that. Obviously, 90% of the world drives on the right. Jinky-janky bit here, dearie dear. So, I have no problem. We drive on the left where I am, and I prefer left, but I also understand most people would drive on the right. Therefore, we've got glitching here at this intersection. Well, I'll talk more about left and right in a second. Fairly nice intersection, even though it's not quite parallel. I like it. I think it works really nicely. There's no posts in or lamp posts clipping through or anything like that. But then we're going right-hand drive. Right-hand drive, but we were left-hand drive on the highway. That's going to cause a lot of problems, because obviously every 2-lane road is going to be right-hand drive. Let's take a cruise down this national road and have a look at the scenery. The great thing with national roads is they're usually put down to take you somewhere more scenic. Just add a little bit of a spectacle to your little drive. And I do like these when they've got a reason to be, when they actually go somewhere. And this little road here actually does go somewhere. So yes, if I'm building a map, I normally make mine right-hand drive just because it benefits most people. There you go, there's your destination. A little drive around, pull-up spot, a little bit of a viewing place. Nice little picnic down there, I say. But yes, speaking of picnics and whatever, it's a lovely looking map, isn't it? Come on, let's just say that. Okay, we've got glitches there, like that one there, and we've got untidy highways and left-hand drive and right-hand drive problems. But boy, does it look good, yeah. I think we can agree on that. Okay, now next intersection, we've got merging of 3 lanes into 3 lanes with some glitching as well. And I would have preferred to see 2 lanes into 2 lanes making up a 4 lane and then reducing it to 3 lanes a bit further on, or something clever like that. 3 lanes to 3 lanes just feels very dangerous to me. Anyway, this intersection's can handle a lot of traffic flow. You can tell that instantly. That one heads off up the side of that lake there, between the lake and the mountains. There's not really that much to see up that way, so what we'll do is we'll go this way instead. Ooh, do you know what? I've got so much to say on today's episode, I'm hardly getting a word in. You're going to hear me struggling for breath, then it's not just the asthma, it's just having so much content to talk about. And now this is your start square intersection. And there we are. So we got left-hand drive, and we got a couple of pillars in the road here. Now, obviously, operationally, that's not a big problem. The cars will just drive straight through those. But obviously, in terms of looking good, that's just a big fail, I'm afraid. And then down here, left-hand drive to what will then become right-hand drive once you get to your streets in your town, and that's going to be a problem. I do have to say, I do like that intersection though. I know we're past it now, we can't go back. Well, we can go back. We're not going to go back, not right now. And so I've got minor grumbles with that, but I do like the intersection. This bridge is a little bit untidy. I'd like to see it a little bit more parallel. And the posts in place, parallel would be nice as well, but not essential. Right, so anyway, the question is, lovely down here, we've got some sound barriers down here which just look like they're there to prevent you from driving off into the water, which is pretty good. That happens on the other stretch of highway as well, which we're not looking at. But anyway, as I was saying, what happens if we start the map up again, but set it to left-hand drive? Because surely that's going to fix your problems. Okay, so here's the loading screen, and what we'll do is we'll just set it to left-hand drive instead and reload it. And now the highways, everything is driving on the right. Okay, everything's driving on the right, and then when you drop down under the intersection, etc., everything is now driving on the left. And this demonstrates it all. We've got head-on traffic about to smash into each other down here, which is just not very good at all. So there's definitely going to be some road problems to fix before you can start doing anything with this map. The other thing, other side of that start square intersection, you've got this dirt track, and I'm a big fan of them if used interestingly. And the question is, where does it go? Is it doing anything? Like down here, you can come down to this bay down here. I quite like that. That's quite good. And once again, nice detailing on the bay as well. And we come up here, we're going through the trees. And now I have a bit of a problem with this bit here. Okay, the overgrown bits, like the grass is coming through, that's fine. Even the rocks clipping through on the dirt road, I'd have a big problem with that. I mean, you can just see getting your 4x4 over that. This is fine, it doesn't go through any posts or anything. But when you get up to the intersection here, you've only got one way where you can get in there and you can get out there, but that's it. That's plaudits for the tree as well in the middle. I like that. That's good work. But anyway, yes, that's the thing. If you're going to take that route, why would you take that route to get up to there and you can't go that way? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever when you could just jump straight on the highway and go up there in a matter of moments. It seems an odd one. It seems a very odd one to me. The rail, let's have a look at the rail. Is the rail any good? Well, it starts off well, and it's nice and smooth, and the curve's nice and easy. And here we got the first bridge, and this is a perfect bridge. Look at this. And then we come back down to ground level without a thump. That's nice and smooth. I mean, look at this. Look at how smooth that is. I can get down there and we can look all the way down the tracks. Nice and smooth and level. Love it. And if I'm going to be honest with you, if I was only going to give 5 stars for the rail, and that's the only mark that look at the mountains. They're glorious. Yeah, if I was just going to mark the rail only, I pretty much cannot fault this. This is beautifully done. There's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it. We're going to see level crossing in a minute. But once again, the location for the level crossing for me is fine. It's far enough off of the main roads, like down here, there it is, and if we look up, you're quite a way away from the actual main route. I don't see this being where you're going to be building a city centre. I don't see a lot of traffic running down there, and I think that makes a lot of sense. And the rail stays nice and smooth and level and flat, pretty much all the way to, in fact, not pretty much, it actually does all the way to the edge of the map. Right, time for a breather. And it's the asset review. God, I needed that. This is Titan. Now, last week we saw Titan's map making skills, and as nice as the map was, they're a better asset maker. I mean, they are one of the best asset makers. And look at this, the Slovak National Theatre, Bratislava by Titan. The building is the asset. Everything around it is BonBonB detailing. It's not my best work. I'm sorry, guys, not my best work. But I just felt that it's such a glorious building that it needed something just to add to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. Slovak National Theatre, Bratislava by Titan. And what would we do without a nice theatre in our city? Glorious. Right, are you ready for the theme and the factoids? Well, it's a new week, it's a new theme, and it's a new LUT. And today's theme is a Mossy Mountain by Mr. Miyagi. Obviously, Mr. Miyagi, you know them. You do. Don't say you don't. You're a liar. And we're running with clay LUT. I put the two together. I think they look really good together. The mountains in this theme are, of course, very green. If you don't like green mountains, it's not the theme for you. Factoids time. Bulgaria. Do you know Bulgaria has the biggest rose gardens in the world? And from that comes attar of roses, which is an oil which forms the basis of many perfumes. And St. George is the patron saint of Portugal. Anybody who said England, well, you're also right, but Portugal. And the world's shortest frontier is that between Spain and Gibraltar. There you go, that's today's factoids out of the way. More tomorrow when we look more at Mossy Mountain. Right, let's have a look at the shipping routes here. This one hugs around the outside of the map and goes off there. That's fine, all good. Except for I would have quite liked the shipping route down into this cove here, which I think is where most people would probably want to put their docks. Water flow is it's okay. It's okay. Seems to go a bit flat in the middle of that lake, but then it picks up again. I'm pretty sure that must be pushing out somewhere. It goes past the start square down here, which is okay. You're moving water down past the start square, down out to sea here, and everything's okay. When you come into this cove, of course, there's hardly any movement in here at all, because obviously not getting any benefit from the sea movement. So I'd say watch out if you're putting your outflows in the main cove, because you might have some problems. In fact, I say you probably will have some problems. There's not that much water flow out in the sea either, so just one to look out for. Right, there you go. That is a good looking map, isn't it? Now, I do like in the two mountain ridges here. We've got this one mountain ridge comes along here and out to this peninsula, this island peninsula. And then we've got a second one, not quite so profound, but down here and out to that. It looks really good, looks real. And then running down the middle, of course, you've got that river. It looks really nice. We've got these separated islands, so these are going to be really good if you want to run ferry services, if you've got like mass transit. Loving the dirt track along here as well. See where this one goes. Does it go and do anything? Let's have a look. Yeah, that one kind of like ran out of ideas, I think. We've got a nice bit of detailing there with the rocks as well. But yes, it's a very nice looking. I keep saying it's a very nice looking map. It's a very nice looking map. Got a little bit to it. We're using a winter theme and LUT and whatever, and therefore we've got winter theme. Winter LUT, and we've got these nice snow dustings on the top of these mountains. It's just quite pretty indeed. I've seen better, but that said, when you're working, you can only do what the theme and LUT will let you do. And new Elio has done a pretty good job there, I'd say. Nice detailing with the rocks. I was complaining last week about a map and yeah, you don't have to use an awful lot in the way of rocks to detail, and the theme on this one really does help to serve the rocky feel to the map as well. Don't need too many. Like I say, down here there's hardly any, and occasionally you'll get a little splattering of them, which just adds splash detail. That's your start square, wouldn't it? Not sure we had a proper look at the start square. It's relatively flat. You can, yeah, there's some undulation in your start area, but you can work with that. And we've also got the rail running through it as well, which is great. The amount of times you have to go and buy your second square before you can start connecting up with the world via rail. Love it. Very nice indeed. Was there anything else we need to look at? Drowned trees. There's not many. There are a few. This one's probably the worst of the lot, and it's right by the start square as well. A little bit of use of the Move It mod there will sort that out. But yeah, just minor issue. Aesthetically, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I can't quite give it a 5, but it's a very strong 4. Very happy with that. Detailing on the whole, it's pretty good, but there is a lot of glitchy issues and obviously roads. You know, we know about them. 3 stars for detail. Gameplay potential, I would give this a very strong 4, pushing a 5, but a very strong 4 if we didn't have to spend the first hour, however long, fixing the roads. So I'm giving that 3 as well. Ornar, Abborre, Eagle's Perch by New Elio, and that is today's map. And I like it. It just kind of like lets itself down a little bit, doesn't it? Oh, no. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join me over on Patreon. All these guys have. They're all supporting me. They are the reason I get out of bed in the morning. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, like tonight, 6 o'clock UK time, and it is Skylines Talk with Fresh Popcorn. Don't miss it. It's going to be really interesting. And that's about it for today. Thanks for watching anyway, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. By the way, it's 2 tomorrow.